Hello everyone, Phoenix Knight here. Welcome to the channel. Hang on a second. And welcome back to the 1972 NFL season replay in Momentum Football. Week 14, the final week of the regular season, brings us to Texas Stadium in Dallas, Texas, where we've got a high-stakes NFC East matchup between the New York Giants visiting the Dallas Cowboys. Taking a look at our current standings in the NFC East, both teams are tied at 7-5-1. The Cowboys currently hold the head-to-head tiebreaker over the Giants. We are all set for this high-stakes matchup, and let's look at the standings so we go through the rest of the playoff picture and what we'll be watching in NFL Ticker later tonight. So for this game, the winner of this game will be the number 5 seed in the playoffs. And the loser will have to wait for the ticker in the NFC Central to see what happens with Minnesota. If Minnesota wins, the loser's out and Minnesota is the 6th seed. But if Minnesota loses, the loser of this game will be the 6th seed. And I'm actually going to go ahead and pull up Excel because I want to be able to update the standings in real time as I go through the ticker and get through this game. Okay. Coming back in here, I touched on the NFC Central very briefly. The Packers are in the driver's seat in the NFC Central. A win tonight or a Detroit loss gives the Packers the number 2 seed and the other first-round bye in the playoffs. The Lions can still clinch the NFC Central and the number 2 seed, but they need to win and they need Green Bay to lose tonight. As I mentioned, Minnesota can clinch with a win tonight, but a loss and they're out. In the NFC West, only the 49ers will make the playoffs in the NFC West. In the NFC East, the Redskins have already clinched the number 1 seed, so they've got nothing to play for. And as mentioned, the winner of tonight's game on the board will be the number 5 seed in the NFC. Moving into the AFC, we'll start in the West. We've got quite a bit of chaos over the last 3 spots in the AFC playoffs. So far in the West, the Raiders have clinched the division, and they're locked into the number 3 seed. They will play whoever the number 6 seed happens to be. Mathematically, all 3 teams in the AFC West are still alive. Denver and Kansas City, and even San Diego is actually still alive, technically. I haven't mapped it out, but I think there's probably a scenario where the Chargers could make the playoffs, even though it's not likely. In the Central, the Steelers have clinched. The Steelers are the AFC Central Division champions, and they've clinched a first-round bye. I forgot to highlight the Raiders in green for the color coding that I'm doing. But the Bengals are in the playoffs, and they clinched the number 4 seed with a win. In the AFC East, the Miami Dolphins have wrapped up the AFC East Division crown, and the Baltimore Colts are still mathematically alive as well. The ticker's going to have a lot of moving parts, but we'll see what story gets told when we get to that point. Before we get there, though, the crowd at Texas Stadium, we've got a sellout here, as these 2 teams are fighting for their playoff lives. So rather than continue to hype it up and set the scene, what say we jump right into this one? You guys know the drill with the 3 dice by now. Cowboys, Giants, decision. Odds the winning team will win the coin toss, or the odds the winning team will defer, evens the winning team will receive. And the Giants win the coin toss, and they will defer. And the Giants can return a kickoff for a touchdown, but the Cowboys have the ball first to start the first quarter. And this almost must-win game for both teams is officially underway as Cthulhu looks over everything in the background. Let's see what the Cowboys do with their opening drive of the first quarter. They will tick 6 time off the clock. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 8 is coming off of Dallas's offense, but a 31. The Cowboys are going to have to punt that one away. No chance of getting the punt blocked. So that will turn us over to the Giants for their first drive of the first quarter. Giants with the ball and driving. As they're taking 5 time off the clock. 7 is coming off the team with momentum. Since there's no momentum right now, it's coming off of the home team, Dallas. Then a 14 on Dallas's defense is going to be a fumble. And the Giants are going to put that one on the ground. Dallas can't return a fumble for a touchdown, but they will get a recovery on a 56. That will be Charlie Waters falling on that ball for the Cowboys. As Philip Anderson is first to join us here at Texas State. Both teams, again, fighting for their playoff lives. Dallas gets their second drive off the turnover. Let's see if they can take advantage of the first turnover of the game. That will be 8 time coming off the clock for the Cowboys. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 7 coming off of Dallas's offense. And at 62, Cowboys are going to get on the board first with a touchdown run. Stadium cheers. Yay! And the Cowboys draw first blood with a 6-0 lead pending the extra point. That will be Calvin Hill running that one in from 5 yards out. And Tony Fritsch will come out and add the extra point. He's an 11-66, so it's automatic. And the Cowboys now have a 7-0 lead with 8:20 to play in the first quarter. Giants can return the kickoff for a touchdown. 11 on red and white, but then a 52 and under on blue and yellow. That's a 41, so definitely no return for the touchdown. But we will tick time off the clock. So the next drive for the Giants. Taking another 9 time off the clock. This will be a grinding drive. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 11 coming off of New York's offense. But a 43 is going to be a field goal attempt. Here will come Pete Gogolak to try to cut into this lead. To try to help the Giants cut into the lead for the Cowboys. It's an 11-46 for Gogolak. That's a 36. Kick is up, and it is good. 18, 9 is 27, and 17. That's a 44-yard kick. Not momentum changing because it doesn't let the Giants take the lead. But the Giants are on the board with a score of 7-3. Still in favor of the Cowboys. Neither team wanting to make a mistake in this one, because the stakes are so high. Cowboys now with their third drive of the first quarter. As they're ticking another 8 time off the clock. 7 is coming off of Dallas's defense. Is coming off of Dallas's offense, actually, and a 36. This is going to be a key run, and the Cowboys will have a chance to continue this drive. Let's see what the Cowboys are able to do with this drive. That will be a 64, will be given to Walt Garrison, the fullback. On a 21, though, Garrison's going to take that one in and rumble it through for a touchdown. As Dallas is now going to start to open up a 13-3 lead. These two teams played earlier in the season on the board. I guess I forgot that they had. Thought it might be hard for the Giants to recover after that to be in the playoff race, given the tie before that game. Yeah, both the Giants and the Cowboys are still very much alive in the playoff race. I'm kind of surprised myself. Anyway, rolling for the distance on the touchdown. As Garrison takes that in from... Yeah, that's doubles. Wow. They lose track of him somehow for a 33-yard run. That's Fritsch. As the Cowboys now open up a 14-3 lead over the Giants. As New York looked like they were going to hold, but instead they let the fullback loose for a touchdown. Let's see if the Giants can return the kickoff for a touchdown. Ooh, a close one, but no. No kickoff return for a touchdown there. We'll tick off time for the kickoff, and I expect this drive will take us into the second quarter, barring anything crazy. Seven time will be plenty to take us into the second quarter of this game. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 3 is coming off Dallas's defense, and a 61 is going to be a touchdown run, and the Giants are going to get one of those touchdowns back. Score is now 14-9, pending the extra point. First, we get to see who scored the rushing touchdown for the Giants. 51 is Charlie Evans taking that one in. He'll take that one in from 2 yards out. Gogolak not quite automatic on the extra point. 11-62 for Gogolak. That's a 46. Kick is up, and it is good. And the Giants now cut into this Cowboys deficit, or cut into this Cowboys lead early in the first, or early in the second, as we are now at 14-10 in favor of the Cowboys, I should say. Stadium groans. Ugh. Philip Anderson apparently cheering. Yay! We'll take off time for the kickoff for the Cowboys. And here's Dallas's first drive of the second quarter. Taking another 8 time off the clock. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 11 coming off of Dallas's offense with a 62. And that's going to be another touchdown run, and the Cowboys are going to get it right back. I have a feeling we're looking at a shootout tonight, folks. 36 will be Walt Garrison taking that in for his second touchdown run of the game. He'll take that in from doubles again. Wow. Giants defense apparently does not want to keep control of Walt Garrison. 8 times 3, another 24-yard run. Who knew the fullback had such rumbly legs to him? Fritsch will come out and add the extra point automatically. And the Cowboys now holding a 21-10 lead. Giants get the kickoff. Let's see what they can do with this one. They almost broke one on the last kickoff that they took. But they won't this time. So we'll roll for the Giants' second drive of the second quarter. That's not good if you're a Giants fan. 6 time coming off the clock. Down to 9:20 remaining in the second quarter. Let me leave the dice there for a second. 3 is coming off of Dallas's defense with a 15. That's going to be an interception, and Norm Snead is going to lose control of that one. Dallas can return an interception for a touchdown. 11-13, but the 13 takes a 23 and under on blue and yellow. Which that's a 31, so a 23 will be Cliff Harris making that interception for the Cowboys. As the score will remain 21-10 in favor of the Cowboys. Dallas with their second drive of the second quarter, with 9:20 to play in the quarter. We'll take another 5 time off the clock. Down to 7:40 to play. 4 is coming off of New York's defense with a 32. That's going to be a quarterback sack, as Morton loses track of a pass, and he ends up going down in the backfield on an 8-yard loss. No chance for a block, no chance for a punt return for a touchdown, so we can skip the punt returns for both teams for the whole game. Giants with their third drive of the second quarter, down by 11. Both teams fighting for their playoff lives. That will be 9 time coming off the clock. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 is coming off of New York's offense. 43, that's going to be a field goal attempt. Here comes Gogolak. He was good from 44. He's got a good leg on him in this one. Giants trying to get this lead down to 8. 11 to 46 from Gogolak. That's a 65. Kick is up. It is no good. He's going to miss that one wide right. 37 and 17 is a 54-yard kick. So 10 yards too far. And score will remain 21 to 10 in favor of the Cowboys. Cowboys with what's probably going to be their last drive of the second quarter. I managed to keep the dice from falling. Maybe not. 4 time coming off the clock. 5 is coming off of New York's defense with a 13, and that's going to be a fumble, and the Cowboys are going to put that one on the ground. Giants can't return a fumble for a touchdown, but a 41 will be Ron Hornsby falling on that one. Stadium groans. Ugh. Giants coming out with their 4th drive of the second quarter. Taking another 6 time off the clock. 5 is coming off of Dallas's defense with a 51. That's going to be another interception. We'll see if the Cowboys can return this interception for a touchdown. No return for an interception for a touchdown. 53 will be Charlie Waters making... Is that his 2nd interception of the day? No. But it will give the Cowboys the ball back, even though we'll probably be hearing the final gun for the first half here shortly. Eight times, that'll do it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, bang! And that's halftime. And at halftime, score remains 21 to 10 in favor of the Cowboys. And as usual at halftime, I will take a small break. Don't forget, we will have our final edition of NFL Ticker after tonight's game. No football game tomorrow night, as I'll be in my American Interceptor playing Defending America, intercepting the America Bombers by Compass Games. I encourage you to stop by for that. I have a feeling it'll take me until then to get the AFC playoff picture sorted out. But our next football game will be Thursday night, as we'll be starting the 1972 playoffs. We'll have a 3-6 matchup, but I don't know what 3-6 matchup we'll be doing yet. That announcement will come in tomorrow's video. So playoffs start Thursday. Coming back to the second half here, the Giants will receive the opening kickoff since they won the coin toss and elected to defer. Giants are down by 11. Let's see what they do with the kickoff. Not much, but we will tick off our time for that. And we are underway here in the third quarter. Giants do need to get going. They're down by 11. Once again, winner of this game is the 5 seed. Loser has to wait for the ticker and see what Minnesota does in that. Let's see what the Giants do with the ball here. Okay, that'll probably be helpful. 9 time coming off the clock. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 coming off of New York's offense. 65. Well, that's about as get going as you can probably get, Philip, because a 65 is going to be a touchdown pass for the Giants, and Texas Stadium groans. Ugh. Score is now 21-16 Dallas, pending the extra point. Giants needed that big spark coming into the second half. 12 will be Bob Tucker making that catch from 5 yards out. Picks up a slant and gets it in. Here comes Gogolak for the extra point. 44, the extra point is up, and it is good. And the Giants hack into this Cowboy lead, as now the Giants are only down by 4, 21-17 in favor of Dallas. Dallas, again, can't return the kickoff for a touchdown, so we'll tick off time for the kickoff. And let's see what the Cowboys do with their first drive of the third quarter. Not a whole lot from the looks of it. 8 time coming off the clock for the Cowboys. Down to 8:40 to play in the quarter. 9 coming off of Dallas's offense, but a 35 is going to be a key penalty, and with momentum in the Giants' favor, that'll be an offensive pass interference call, and the drive will stall for the Cowboys. And the Cowboys will have to punt the ball away, and once again we can skip the punt return procedure. Giants fans very much welcome an offensive pass interference call that stalls the drive. Cowboys fans not happy with the call. Let's see what the Giants do with this drive. They've got a golden opportunity here to take the lead. That probably won't do it, though. 6 time coming off the clock. 6 is coming off of Dallas's defense with a 35. The Giants are going to have to punt that one away. 11 for Tom Blanchard coming out to punt for the Giants. 11 on red and white, then a 54 and under on blue and yellow. And Giants pick everybody up. Punt goes off without a hitch. Here come the Cowboys with their second drive of the third quarter. That'll be 10 time coming off the clock for the Cowboys. And that'll be an 11 coming off of Dallas's offense. 44 is going to be a field goal attempt. Here will come Fritsch to try to extend the lead back to 7. He needs an 11-43. That's a 36. Kick is up, and it is good. 18-27, another 44-yard kick. Not momentum changing, though, because it didn't let the Cowboys take the lead. Score is now 24-17 in favor of Dallas. Giants do get a shot at returning the kickoff for a touchdown. Let's see what the Giants can do here. No. Let's see what the Giants can do with this next drive. Not a good one. 6 time coming off the clock. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 3 is coming off of Dallas's defense with a 15. That'll be the Giants' 3rd interception. As once again, the Giants throw that one to the wrong team. Cowboys checking for an interception return for a touchdown. No. 31 will be Chuck Howley picking that one off for the Cowboys. Stadium cheers. Yay! Dallas with their 3rd drive of the 3rd quarter. This one might take us into this one should take us into the 4th quarter, actually, now that I look at the clock. And yeah, 7 time will be enough to take us into the 4th quarter of this game. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And after 3, we've got quite a game here, folks. 24-17 in favor of the Cowboys, but we're heading for high drama. I took the 7 time off the clock already. 3 is coming off of New York's defense. 26 is going to be a quarterback sack as Morton holds on to that one for too long. That will be an 11-yard loss. Terrible sack to be taking if you're a Cowboys fan. Texas Stadium looking very nervous tonight. Giants with their first drive of the 4th quarter, down by 7. That will be another 6 time coming off the clock. We're down to 11:40 to play. 5 coming off of Dallas's defense with a 25, and that's going to be a quarterback sack. Norm Snead losing control of that one. Come on. That'll be a 4-yard loss. We'll see if the punt gets blocked. No. Momentum will pull a little bit toward Dallas. Dallas with their second drive of the 4th quarter, I should say. That's bad if you're a Giants fan. 9 time coming off the clock. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 10 is coming off of Dallas's offense with a 63. And that's going to be a touchdown pass, and Morton making up for the sack he gave up earlier. He had earlier. Texas Stadium cheers. Yay! 26 will be Walt Garrison. Wow, we are calling Walt Garrison's name a lot tonight. He'll make that catch from 10 yards out. Must have set it up as a screen, and the Giants just lost track of him. The Cowboys now open up a 31-17 lead as Fritsch comes out and adds the extra point. So we'll see what the Giants can do. Wait, that should pull momentum toward Dallas. We'll see what happens with the kickoff for the Giants. No return on the kickoff. Giants now with their next drive. 8:20 to play in the 4th quarter. Giants down by 2 touchdowns. 5 time coming off the clock. 5 coming off of Dallas's defense with a 44. That's going to be a key penalty, and his momentum just pulled even. That's going to be a holding penalty on the Giants, and the drive will stall. Bad time to have a discipline collapse if you're a Giants fan. Let's see what Dallas can do with this one. 6:40 to play in regulation. Seven time coming off the clock for the Cowboys. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 5 is coming off of New York's defense. A 16. And that's going to be a clutch interception. Can the Giants take this one all the way back? And they're an 11-13 on the interception for a touchdown. No return for the touchdown. 26 will be John Douglas picking that one off. Giants, with what they hope is not their last drive of the fourth quarter, but they do not have time here. 4:20 to play. Giants, with the ball, they need 2 touchdowns to get this game to overtime. Can the Giants pick up any help here? That will be 9 time coming off the clock. 6, 7, 8, 9. 6 is coming off of Dallas's defense. 65. That is a touchdown pass. And suddenly it is very interesting here at Texas Stadium. Stadium groans. Ugh. Making that catch is going to be 51. It's going to be Don Herman from 9 yards out. Let's see what Gogolak can do for the extra point. Score is now 31-23. 31-23, pending the extra point. Gogolak is an 11-62. That is a 64. The extra point is up, and it is no good. Terrible time if you're the Giants to miss an extra point. And the Giants have got to try an onside kick. Well, I don't think it matters. I don't think it's going to matter because 2-point conversions weren't a thing in 1972. But we'll see if the Giants can recover the onside kick for the hell of it. That's a 52. They cannot recover the onside kick. And Dallas and the Dallas Cowboys are going to come out in victory formation. With 1 minute to play in the fourth quarter. And yes, that probably is the dagger. 1 minute left to play. We could still get an exact final play out of this one. But we will not, because that will be 7 time. 1, 2, 3, 4, bang! That's the end of the game. And the Dallas Cowboys will get a sweep of the season series with the New York Giants, and they'll win a nail-biter in this one. Once I finish tallying up the score, let's see, 10, 24, 7, 6, yes. Final score of this one is Dallas 31, New York Giants 24. The Dallas Cowboys, I'll go ahead and update the standings now, but the Dallas Cowboys are the 5 seed in the NFC. The Cowboys will go to 8-5-1. Giants go to 7-6-1. Cowboys go to 2-0 on the board. Let's see, 62 and 47. The Giants go to 0-2 on the board. I'll go ahead and update my playoff brackets as well. So the Dallas Cowboys are the 5 seed. They will visit either the Green Bay Packers or the Detroit Lions. Who will they visit? The ticker will tell us the answer to that one. Stadium cheers. Yay! But of course, we are not done yet. NFL ticker Coming up next, the final NFL ticker for the 1972 season. It might have been the exact same score too when we had these two teams on the board earlier this season. I wouldn't swear to it though. But it is now time for the NFL ticker, brought to you by Ultra Quick Football by Downey Games. The Dallas Cowboys clinched the 5 seed in the NFC with a 31-23 victory over the Giants. How did the rest of the league do? Let's find out. And as usual, we'll do the meaningless games first. We'll go to the Browns and the Jets first. Browns roll a 64. They are adding 3 points to their base score. Jets roll a 78. They're adding 7 points to theirs. And the Browns will take that one by a final score of 22-18. ID Jester now joins us for NFL Ticker. I'm just going to go ahead and update the standings here. Browns finish at 5-9. Jets will also finish at 5-9. Let's see. What's our next meaningless game here? Let's see. Bengals and the Oilers. Bengals will lock up the number 4 seed with a win or a Baltimore loss. Bears and the Raiders is meaningless. The Raiders can't go any higher than the 3 seed. They will play the 6 seed, whoever that ends up being, in the mess of the AFC playoffs. So we'll do the Bears and the Raiders next. Bears roll a 74. They're adding 7 points to their base score. Raiders roll a 57. They're adding 2 points to theirs. And the Raiders will take that one by a final score of 17-12. So the Raiders go to 10-4. The Bears will fall to 4-10. Okay. So that's all sorted out. Do we have anything else that is completely meaningless? I think everything else looks like it means something on the board. So let's go first to the Colts and the Dolphins. If the Colts lose, the Dolphins need to win this game, and then the Steelers need to lose for Miami to win the number 1 seed. If Miami and Pittsburgh finish with the same record, Pittsburgh will be the number 1 seed because the Steelers have a board win whereas the Dolphins lost in their lone feature game on the board. The Dolphins are 2 touchdown favorites against the Colts. If the Colts lose, the Bengals are the number 4 seed. The only reason I'm going to wait on Philly and St. Louis, it doesn't mean anything in the playoff picture, but it could be our first team having a winless season on the board. So technically, in a perverse macabre sense, that game means something. So we'll do that a little bit later. Colts and the Dolphins. Can the Dolphins win and make the Steelers have to win to pick up the number 1 seed? Let's find out. Colts roll a 26. They are subtracting 3 points from their base score. Dolphins roll a 10. They're subtracting 8 from theirs. And the Dolphins will pick that one up by a final score of 5-0. And with that victory, the Steelers have to win the number 1 seed in the AFC. And B, the Bengals are now locked in to the number 4 seed, which now makes the Bengals and the Oilers completely meaningless. So we will roll that game next. Bengals roll a 27. They're subtracting 2 points from their base score. Oilers roll a 69. They're adding 6 to theirs. but that is still plenty for the Bengals to take that one by a final score of 20-10. So the Bengals will go to 9-5. The Oilers will finish at 2-12. Let's see. Now we'll go ahead and do the Eagles and the Cardinals. As I mentioned, only meaningful in a macabre sense to see if we finish a completely winless season for a team. The Eagles right now are 0-13, also 10-point underdogs to the Cardinals. Can the Eagles win a game, or will they finish the first winless season on the channel? Let's find out. Eagles roll a 29. They're subtracting 2 points from their base score. Who are we playing? The Cardinals roll a 10. They're subtracting 8 points from theirs. And the Philadelphia Eagles will become the first team in the first NFL replay on the channel to complete a winless season, as the Cardinals will win that one by a final score of 9-5. Cardinals go to 2-11-1. The Eagles will fall to 0-14. So history already having been made on the channel, but not the history the Eagles wanted to be a part of. Let's see. Next game we're going to go to. Let's do the Broncos and the Patriots next. So the Patriots at the Broncos. Broncos can clinch a playoff, should be able to clinch a playoff berth with a win, especially after the Colts have lost. Broncos are 2-touchdown favorites over the Patriots. Let's see how much more complicated the AFC math gets. Patriots roll a 20. They're subtracting 6 points from their base score. Broncos roll a 15. They're subtracting 7 points from theirs. And the Broncos will take that one by a final score of 21-8. So the Broncos go to 8-6. The Patriots go to 4-10. Let's see. Next on the board, we'll do... Let's go to the Steelers and the Chargers next. Thanks to the Dolphins' win earlier, the Steelers now need to win this game to lock up the number 1 seed in the AFC. Steelers are two touchdown and a field goal favorites over the Chargers. Can the Steelers... The Chargers have been playing spoiler for a lot of teams lately, though, mainly in their division. Do the Steelers lock up the number one seed, or do the Chargers pull an upset and give it to the Dolphins? Let's find out. Steelers roll a 24. They're subtracting 3 points from their base score. Chargers roll a 40. No change to theirs. And with that victory, the road to the Super Bowl in the AFC goes through Three Rivers Stadium in Pittsburgh, as the Steelers will win that one by a final score of 16-2. 13-1, 6-8. That should make the math a lot easier too, because the Chargers were also mathematically alive coming into this week. But now the math should get a lot easier. Next, let's decide the NFC Central. We'll go to the Packers and the Saints next. With a win here, Green Bay locks up the number 2 seed. Detroit will be the number 4 seed. Green Bay is a 20-point favorite on the Saints. Can the Packers lock up the number 2 seed in the NFC, along with the other first-round bye? Let's find out. Packers roll a 22. They're subtracting 3 points from their base score. Saints roll a 26. They're subtracting 3 points from theirs, which goes down to 0. And with an 18-0 victory, the Green Bay Packers are the number 2 seed in the NFC, along with being the NFC Central Division champions. I'm just getting the fill-in for the Packers, which now renders the... Actually, let me update the playoff standings as well. But that will also render the Lions game now meaningless, as the Lions are now locked into the 4 seed. They will play the Cowboys in the wild card round. Actually, the Lions will host the Cowboys. Let's make sure we've got that as accurate as possible. So now the Lions game becomes meaningless. The Lions are in LA taking on the Rams as 8-point favorites. Lions roll a 51. They're adding 2 points to their base score. Rams roll a 1. They're subtracting 21 from theirs. And the Lions will take that one in a shutout by a final score of 21-0. So the Lions go to 10-3-1. The Rams will fall to 5-9. Okay. All right. Coming back into OBS. Let's see what game we're going to do next. Let's do... Actually, the Bills and the Redskins is also meaningless. I kind of missed that one in the chaos. That was going to be the original game on the board. So Bills and the Redskins. Bills roll a 56. They're adding 2 points to their base score. Redskins roll a 7. They're subtracting 10 points from theirs, but that will still be plenty for the Redskins, as they'll take that one by a final score of 11-5. So the Redskins will finish the season at 13-1, and the Bills will finish at 3-11, last in the AFC East. Now, let's go to the Chiefs and the Falcons next. Chiefs roll a 28. They're subtracting 2 points from their base score. Falcons roll a 33. They're subtracting 2 points from theirs. And the Kansas City Chiefs will take that one by a final score of 10-6. So the Chiefs go to 8-6. And the Falcons go to 6-8. Actually, that may have answered a lot of the questions in the AFC. So the Chiefs beat the Colts, so the Chiefs will actually be the... So I think I know the 6 teams that are in the playoffs right now for the AFC. Let me just get a sort here so I can make sure. Yes. So that actually made the AFC picture a lot clearer. So the Broncos will end up being the 5 seed. They'll go to Cincinnati in the wild card round. The Chiefs will be the 6 seed. They'll go to Oakland. So let me go ahead and update all of this. The Broncos are the 5 seed by virtue of a better board record than Kansas City. Now for the game that we've been putting off. The Giants are watching this one anxiously to see what happens. The Vikings at the 49ers. Minnesota, 2-point favorites in this one. With a win, the Vikings are the 6th seed, and we'll run this game back. Niners win, the Giants are the 6th seed, and they'll go to San Francisco. Do the Minnesota Vikings make the playoffs and have this rematch in at most 3 days? Let's find out. Vikings roll a 56. They're adding 2 points to their base score. Niners roll a 33. They're subtracting 2 points from theirs. And the Minnesota Vikings will win that one by a final score of 17-11. So Minnesota goes to 8-6, whereas the Niners will go to 9-5. And with that win, the Minnesota Vikings are the 6th seed and will run this game back in at most 2 days. So let me see if I can get this to print for me. I've had some print issues from the laptop with my printer late, but once I get everything done and dusted here, actually we're not going to worry about printing this, but thanks to the ticker, the playoff picture is all set. So in the AFC, the Pittsburgh Steelers are the number 1 seed. Miami Dolphins are the 2 seed. The Oakland Raiders at the 3 seed will host the Kansas City Chiefs as the 6 seed. Cincinnati Bengals as the 4 seed will host the Denver Broncos, who are the 5 seed. In the NFC, we've got the Washington Redskins as the number 1 seed. Green Bay Packers as the number 2 seed. San Francisco 49ers as the NFC West Division champions are the 3 seed. They will play the Minnesota Vikings as the 6 seed. The Detroit Lions are the 4 seed. They will host the Dallas Cowboys as the 5 seed. And that concludes the regular season for Momentum Football in 1972. Busy week coming up on the channel. As I mentioned at halftime, there will be no football tomorrow night, as tomorrow night I will be in my American Interceptor as we play Defending America, intercepting the America Bombers from Compass Games. Thursday, we'll start the 1972 playoffs in Momentum Football, as we'll go to the NFC first for the Minnesota Vikings, visiting the San Francisco 49ers in a rematch from Week 14. Saturday, Mystical Munchies will continue out of the official Catan cookbook with the entree, Harbor Masters Fish and Chips. Sunday next week, we'll be continuing our RPGs with a space RPG as we play 5 Parsecs from Home. Thank you for watching the video. Please give the video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Be sure to turn on notifications so you get my content. Be well, stay safe, take care of yourselves and your loved ones, and I'll be back with more videos in the future. Until then, take care everyone.